Welcome to this lesson on maintenance costs. At the end of this lesson, you'll be able to explain the costs of maintenance. So, for the first part, we will again look at the car as an example of maintenance that everyone has to do. Sending it to a dealer or local garage to get serviced may end up with a bill like this one. Oil and filter 50 quid, MOT 45, top up fluids £10, one new tyre £200, labour 1 hour, it's quite cheap, subtotal £380 plus got to add on the VAT which works out at 76, add it all up £456 for your annual service. Will this be the same every year? Why is there only one tyre? Does that mean the tracking might need doing? Oh, so on. So let's look at a slightly different model. This time we're going to look at outsourcing it versus in-house. So if we look at dropping it off at the dealer, do we then walk home? Do we get a lift, a taxi, or a bus home, or onto work? How much extra is that costing? Well, 25, you've got to go pick it up as well, so another 50 quid on top maybe. What if it's off the road for a couple of days? Do you hire a car or do you use other transport? Do you get a lift? Hiring a car is £100 a day. So what about, do they offer pickup service? Can someone else do it at your workplace during the time that you're not using it? Therefore, no downtime. And what about doing it yourself? Well, if you're doing it yourself, you need to have an area to do the job. You need a garage or a pit or ramps, for example. Do you already have the tools and expertise? What about the oil and filter? Okay, you can order those and they can be delivered. What about the MOT? You can't do that by yourself. Has to be done by a registered centre, so still has to go out to a garage. And whilst you're doing your work on your own service, what's happening with your work? Did you take a holiday? Someone covering for you or not? No one does your work during the downtime. Also, you have to look at the warranty. If you do it yourself, is the warranty affected? Would you do it yourself if it was a brand new car? Maybe not. So in the workplace, if we apply that same analogy to machinery in the workplace, do you get a specialised company in to repair your equipment when it breaks down? Or do you have a maintenance team who go around every day doing maintenance on different machines on different shifts? Or do you get your operator to maintain the equipment as it's being used before it starts up, at the end of a shift, etc.? Or do you do a mix of all three? And you'll find in different companies it is going to be a mixture of all three. So in terms of cost then, how much does it cost? So as you will read later, the whole cost of maintenance needs to be budgeted for. Can't come as a surprise. This is a function of management to decide how often, when and how much they will spend. Some companies only budget a fixed amount of their annual income on maintenance. It should be a percentage, which increases as orders and production or workload increases. This diagram is taken from Maintenance Systems and Documentation by A. Kelly. So starting from the maintenance objective, you can see that this is influenced by the business and production objectives. For instance, 200 items per day, for example. This leads us to look at the life plans of the equipment involved. This is influenced by safety requirements, life to parts, and an operating pattern. From this, we can create a preventative schedule to fit in with production and feeds into the maintenance organisation, whether that is local garage, internal maintenance teams or an outsourced team. This in turn allows a team to manage a workload and feed into the budget forecast. And it's never fixed as incomes vary, so therefore does the budget. So in summary, the cost of maintenance depends on who does it, how often you need to do it, and when you need to do it. Thank you for watching.